Get yourself a spot around the pit here. Feel free to move around the sides so you can see. If the kids can't see, feel free to pick them up. And if they misbehave, just throw them in here with me. Alright, well welcome. My name's Braydon. And as you can imagine, being in here, I am a little bit of a reptile fan. Really in the wrong place if I don't like them. Have I got any other reptile fans here? Anyone like snakes and lizards? Awesome! Heaps of people. This is cool. My kind of crowd. Is anybody here scared of them? Yep, that's alright. Very common phobia, but there's nothing to be worried about here today. Love them or hate them, Australia is the land of the reptiles. We have heaps of different species here in Australia. We have the most venomous snakes in the world. Pretty lucky, aren't we? But we get some cool species. We also get some cool animals, like the first one I get out here. Now this first one here, he's my little buddy. And his name is Tilford. Tilford, he's a beautiful Spencer's monitor, or goanna, same thing. Now he is related to the Komodo dragon. He just won't get anywhere near as big. Now you've probably seen goannas out bush when you're walking around, and when you've scared them, they run up a tree. Now these guys here, they don't really climb. A lot of the time, they get too fat, so they spend their time on the ground. They'll do a bit of digging, and they'll scavenge whatever food they can. Now you see those big claws down here holding onto my hand?
Hi, Paul.
They're one of his forms of defence. The other one is this big tail. Now that tail there, that is pure muscle. These guys here, they are the strongest lizard in Australia. And they have been known to break bones with those tails and even knock out fully grown men. Picking them up for a selfie out in the bush, cop the tail to the face, and out cold they go. I'd love to see those photos. Now you'll notice all these little lumps and bumps across Tilford. They go all the way from his tail, all the way up his back, on his little legs and his little toes, even up onto his head. Inside each one of those little lumps and bumps is a little bit of bone. We call those osteoderms. So that's his protection. It's like a suit of armour. So if he's out cruising around, a venomous snake comes along, tries to bite him, it can't actually get through that armour. So he turns around, rips him up, and he eats him instead. Pretty cool, isn't he? Now if we're really lucky, there we go, he'll poke that tongue out. That tongue is a big forked tongue, just like a snake, and he uses it the same way. Now a couple of weeks ago, Dan was doing a show, had him up on his shoulder like we normally do. Tilford stuck that tongue straight to Dan's ear. He said it was the worst feeling he's ever had. That's now why I hold him out here. That's why he dips onto me and he struggles, because he wants to sit on my shoulder and give me a cuddle. Aww. You'll notice just behind his eye there, that little hole. That there, that's his ear. So that's how he listens to me talking about him. You'll notice when we get the snakes out, they don't have that ear. They don't have an exposed ear because the snakes are deaf. Now whack Tilford away in a second. When I get the next ones out, they are the venomous snakes. So they're the ones we don't play around with. So now I just need to make sure no hands come on the edge of the pit here. All hands need to go back now. We don't mess with these next ones. Now put Tilford away. And the first one I get out, it is quite a common species. Now I'm sure most people have seen one of these before. And I'm sure a few people here could even tell me what this is.
Oh, what do you think that is?
Red-bellied black.
Awesome. That's what I like to see. Some clever people here today. Now, red-bellied black snakes, they do have quite a bad reputation, but they're not as bad as people do think. They come in around the 22nd most venomous snake. A lot of people think they're a lot higher than that. They're venom. It's designed for reptiles. So us being mammals, it doesn't affect us as badly. But one cool thing is, They can eat other venomous snakes. Even snakes way more venomous than themselves. He is actually capable of eating things like eastern browns. They're way more venomous. So they're not a bad snake to have around, quite a placid species. When they feel threatened, they'll flatten their neck out. They turn towards the threat, try to look big and tough, so the threat backs off and leaves them alone. You will find them hanging around things like ponds, dams and creeks, chasing frogs, lizards, and other snakes. Now the next snake I get out, it is a lot more venomous. It's also a lot rarer. Now most people have never seen or even heard of this species before. Now this beautiful snake here, Collett snake. So the Collett snake, this is another member of the black snake family. They also come in as the 12th most venomous. But even though they're so highly venomous, they aren't one that we really worry about too much. They're found right out in the black soil floodplain, deep down in the cracks, few meters underground. So not many people come across them, so not many people do get bitten. Now a lot of people do ask if I milk their venom before a show, make it a little bit safer, just in case I got bitten. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. It'd be great if it did. But a snake's venom, it is a modified saliva. We always have saliva. They always have venom. Doesn't matter if they're born and they're that big there. Venomous snakes, they're born with fangs. They are born with venom. They are ready to go from day one. So big or small, we leave them all alone. We admire from a distance, and we've got nothing to worry about. Now this next snake I get out, this is the heaviest species of venomous snake we have in Australia. Now this big lump here, this here is the king brown, also known as a mulga. So even though he is called a king brown, this guy here, he has nothing to do with the brown snake family at all. This is another member of the black snake family. He is related to the last two there. Now you'll see here, he's got that big buffy head and some big puffy cheeks. They're his venom glands. Now most snakes when they bite, they'll inject 2 to 3 mils per bite. These snakes here, they bite, they latch on like a pit bull. They can actually inject up to 16 mils per bite. They really pump that venom into us. Now snakes, they have pretty poor eyesight. It is mainly movement that they see. After about 1.5 meters, they can't really see much. They flick that tongue out like he's doing there. He's trying to pick up the chemical scent. But because they don't eat us, they don't know our scent, they don't know what we are. Now I'll show you what we do if we come across a snake in the wild. Now I'm just going to put him down here so we've got some room because he's a big snake. Now if you're out walking around in your backyard and then all of a sudden he's not coming out that hole down there, is he? I've got to have some fun, there's no hole, makes my day go quicker. So if you're walking around in your backyard and we see a snake, we stop. We stay really, really still. Now at this moment, his head's all the way over there. He has no idea I'm here at the moment. So we keep our eye on him and we back off nice and slowly. When you get far enough away, you run. Go and tell mum and dad, big snake in the backyard. Then it becomes their problem. But what do? We're walking through the bush, not paying attention. I'll answer any questions at the end, guys. You step over a rock or a log, and you realise there's actually a snake there. Well, I'll show you here. So here I am, out wandering around. And here's this guy. Now, I don't move. He has no idea I'm up here at the moment. Hands out, that's it. If I was to start jumping around, freaking out, it would be like a 10-story building above us moving. His only defence is to bite me. Now I can yell at him and I can scream at him as loud as I want. Snakes are deaf. He's not going to pay any attention at all. Feel like having kids or a husband, I guess. So all we do, we sit and we wait. When he has moved far enough away, we then turn and run. Probably straight to the toilet to change your pants after that. But that's better than being bitten. Alrighty. So now we'll move up the ladder. The next snake I get out, it comes in as the 5th most venomous snake in the world. But don't let this guy's size fool you. If he bit you before anti-venom had been invented, it was almost certain death. That's why they named this snake here the Death Adder. Now this Death Adder is the only one I will actually hold like this. Normally I'll use 2 hooks, or I'll put him on the lid of a container and walk around with that. That is because these snakes here are the fastest striking snake in the world. They strike out at over 300 kilometres an hour. It's only about half their body length, so don't worry, but it's lightning fast. They say that these guys, they can hit us twice before you can even blink. Now they're ambush predators. They'll get down under a bit of leaf litter, under a bit of sand, and we have this tail here. That little tail goes down that fine tip. It's even a different colour. We call that a caudal lure. So what he does, he lays there and he wiggles this little lure like a little grub in front of his face. Animals come along thinking they've got dinner, and then he strikes out lightning fast. He's got his own dinner. His venom is more toxic than the king cobra, black mamba and rattlesnake combined. These guys here, they really pack a punch. Now we used to find them commonly all around Australia, apart from Tasmania. Unfortunately here in Queensland, cane toads have taken a toll on them, like a lot of other species. Plus all the land clearing we're doing, we're destroying their habitat. They love to be in all that scrubby undergrowth where they can hide. So the more land we clear, the further from people they're going. So we don't see them in the wild as often anymore. You'd probably walk past him during the day in the bush, not even realise they camouflage that well. We do pretty much have to stand on top of them or right in front of their face to get bitten. So we'll go from a snake here that most people will never see in the wild to a snake if you've seen on the east coast of Australia. Chances are you might have seen this next one. This is one of the most commonly encountered snakes we come across. It is also one of the most venomous. Now this guy here is the eastern brown. Now unlike that death adder that is moving right away from people, these snakes here, they're adapting to humans really well. They're moving into our backyards, sometimes into our houses. So they flick that tongue out like he's doing at the moment. He's trying to find the chemical scent of the little feral house mice we introduced a couple of 100 years ago. So if we've got rats or mice around the house, the best thing you can do is get rid of them. The other thing is, like most snakes, they hate open spaces. That is where they are vulnerable to attack. So lift up things like sheets of tin, old tubs, even the firewood pile. Give them nowhere to hide. No food, no shelter, no reason for snakes to hang around. Now you'll see here, he is quite brown, but he does actually have a lot of silver along his flank. We use one that is almost pure black. They can have bands across their whole body, like a tiger. The name brown snake, very misleading name. Just because it isn't brown, doesn't mean it isn't one of these. Just leave them all alone. It's really not worth the risk, just call a snake catcher. Unfortunately, we do get a couple of snake bite fatalities in Australia. It is normally the eastern brown. They leave that tally board, and they have done for quite a while now. It is normally people trying to catch them or kill them to get bitten. it normally becomes a fatality from no snake bite first aid being administered or administered too late. So I whack this big guy away. Before I get the last snake out, which is my favourite snake, I'll take a couple of minutes of your time. I'll show you a quick little bit of snake bite first aid. Something that could possibly save your life or a loved one's life one day. Can I get a volunteer?
I think it's a king cobra.
Yeah? There you go. So I just need a hand out like that, mate. Perfect. So we've got these nice stretchy bandages here. They're designed for snake bites. Doesn't matter if we're bitten down on the hand or up higher, we treat it the same. We remove watches, jewellery, things like that to allow for swelling. So we just start here. One here, work. There we go. Just start here down at the bottom and we work our way up. Now this isn't a tourniquet. We're not trying to cut the blood flow off. We're not trying to make fingers go blue or purple. Just a nice firm pressure, like you do for a sprained ankle. So I'll stop it here so we're not here all day. We've all seen a bandage before. Now we would do that all the way to the armpit. We then sling that below the heart. You don't want to elevate that injury. We'd sit them down, reassure them you're going to be all right. Just stay nice and still. We call triple O. With the leg, same thing, calf or thigh. We'd kick my boot off. We'd use 2 of those bandages straight over my pants from toes to groin. We then splint it. I'd use my snake hook if I got bitten in here, a stick if we're out in the bush. The reason for the sling and the splint is just to stop any movement. Thank you very much, mate. So what happens is when that snake bites us, the venom, it isn't in our blood. It's just below the skin in the lymphatic system. It's trying to work its way to our lymph nodes. And it does that by movement. By putting this bandage on, we basically just squish all the capillaries and stuff down, and it slows that venom from being able to move. So what happens next? We go to hospital. Now we don't wash that bite. We don't suck the venom out like the old cowboy movies. I got bitten on the hand here. My whole arm's bandaged. They'll leave that bandage on while you're there. It has that venom contained at the moment. They'll peel the bandage back at the bite. They do a little swab of the bite. They take some blood. They put that swab into a machine called a VDK, a venom detection kit. Tells them pretty quickly what sort of anti-venom is needed. That means we don't try and catch or kill that snake and take it to hospital with us. They normally say some bad words and kick you out, and you get bitten again trying to do it. Now they tell us 3 is what we aim for. If we can get this on within about 3 minutes, you've just bought 6 to 12 hours. Plenty of time to get to hospital. If you get bitten by, say, an eastern brown, and you just carry on your day like nothing has happened, you could start showing symptoms within 15 minutes. You could be deceased within 30. Something so simple and easy literally saves lives. That is why we bring these kits out to shows. We're trying to get them out in everyone's glove box. The car's normally not far, so we made these little waterproof kits up. They come with 2 of these compression bandages. You can even use these on the animals, it works. We've got the triangular sling. We've printed instructions inside the lid so you can't lose them, and if you panic, you forget what you're doing, they're right there in front of you. They are only $20. If you want one, come and see me after the show. I hope you never ever need to use one, but I hope they're on hand if you need it. Now that does bring me to the last snake here. This is my favourite snake. Now this beautiful big boy here, his name's Elvis. And Elvis is a beautiful black-headed python. So being a python, he has no fangs. He has no venom. But he can eat venomous snakes. Venomous snakes can bite him. And it doesn't affect him. So they're doing studies to try and work out why that is. Try and turn it into an anti-venom to save lives. At the moment, there's quite a few medications on the market that contain snake venom. Things like heart pressure medications. They save more lives than they take each year. So it is another reason to learn to live with them, rather than just kill them. Now you can see Elvis has that beautiful black head there. I didn't dunk him in a bit of ink this morning to make him look cool, I think he does. He's evolved that head. He only has to put his head out in the sun, and he can heat up this whole big body just from that head being exposed. So he's not laying out where animals can attack him. Now this one's like a snake, isn't he? Now if anyone is interested, getting wrapped up with a python, cuddling a saltwater crocodile, down at Ekka just off to the side there, they are doing photos. This was our last show of the day, guys. And if anyone has any questions, or if you're after a first aid kit, come and see me. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much.
How was that good, guys? He is so cool. I think his name's Brody. I asked him at the start of the show if I could film it, and he said, yeah, cool. He actually said that it's really good for education, and like, he is so cool. Like, the last couple of years I've been here, I've come to see him, and he's so educational. Like, I mean, I'm scared of snakes. Like, I think pretty most people are scared of snakes, but you know, if you know a little bit of education, you're still going to be scared of them, but at least, you know, you get a bit more knowledge and understanding of, like, you know, don't run, that, you know, they're deaf. I mean, I keep on forgetting that. Like, I saw a snake when I was hiking in Tasmania, and it was on the track, and we were like jumping up and down and yelling, and I was blowing a whistle, but the vibrations of me jumping up and down, he would have understood. But like the whistle, he would never have heard that. So anyway, what I'm saying is this guy is really cool. I think his name's Brody. I asked his permission again if I could film it, and he said, yeah. He said, like, more people need to see his show. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that, because he's so cool, and like, his snakes are like insane. And like, to be able to be that close to like venomous snakes, like, it's pretty ballsy. So anyway, I bought 2 of these. I've got some at home already, and I've got one in my car, but they're quite bulky. So when I go hiking, that's a good size. The one that I've got, that I bought from, I think I bought it from a produce place. It was like about the size of that. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know a lot of other people randomly were on. So I see Paul and Susan and Boostley there. But I mean, you know, being us Australians, we're not exactly scared of snakes. I mean, we're scared of them, but we're not scared. I was on a live the other day. My friend Gina, Hartley Happy, I think her name is. Her and her son were doing a live, and they were like, oh, I'd never go to Australia. I'm scared of Australia. The snakes, everything will kill you in Australia. So I'm like, specifically did this live so that they could see that, because like, you know, with education, you know, you can learn about snakes. So anyway, I'm going to tag my friend Gina in and see if her son will watch it and get some education. He'd probably look at the snakes and go, fuck off. But I actually asked the guy just before I bought these, I said, my question was, if I'm out hiking by myself, because, you know, a lot of the times I go hiking by myself, and sometimes there's no reception. And I said, what do you do? Because he says, you know, wrap the leg. So I understand how to do that. Put it, you know, splint it, or your arm, and, you know, have the leg palm down or something, and just stay still, and then ring 000. But if you've got no reception and you're by yourself, then you kind of have to move. And he said, well, look, that's your call. He said, but what you would do is you'd still splint your leg, and he goes, you would literally just be really going slowly. He goes, it's not great, but if you've got no reception, you know, you got to do something. So anyway, I thought that was really interesting to learn, because I've always wanted to know, like, what would I do if I got bitten by a snake when I was hiking by myself? What would I do? Because, you know, you're not going to stay there, like, but don't run. That's what I guess he's trying to say. Hey Marie, you just missed a really cool show. You're gonna have to watch the rerun. This guy here, it's called the Venomous Snake Show, and he's like a really cool guy. I've just bought 2 of his snake packs, but he's just done this guy has been doing shows all days. He's awesome. I've got to say thank you very much, because honestly, he's so cool. Anyway, I'll keep on saying that, he's so cool. Anyway guys, I'm going to go because I am technically working. My client is sitting in the grandstand. He's pooped already, and the show's about to start in an hour, the night show here so we're at the Brisbane exhibition. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh, he just put it away. I just want to say, I was just asked this guy to say hello. Because he's so cool. Because honestly, he's done such a good job. I'll get him to introduce himself. By the way, how are you, Marie? So I'll ask him to say hello, okay? I'm going to do my first live interview with a random, hey? How you going, Jamie? You just missed the snake show, Jamie. God, we've had a few Australians on, which is good. But this guy behind me has just done, his show's called the Venomous Snake Show, and he gives education about snakes, and he has all these like eastern browns and all the scary snakes, but he's so cool. He's done like a whole lot of education, tells you how to use the snake kits, which I bought a couple. So I just want to see, I asked him if I could do the recording first of all, and he's happy to say, like, you know, I'd love more people to see his show, because he said the more people that are educated about snakes, you know, the more people that are going to be less scared of them. Because especially people coming from other countries are shit scared of coming to Australia because of snakes. So I just think it's, you know, I mean, we live here, I guess we got to put up with it, don't we? Nothing we can do. But anyway, I'll introduce you to him, okay? We'll do our first live interview, hey? Dora the reporter. Where's my reporting? This guy's having a chat, so I'll let him have a go first. Anyway, I'm at the Royal Brisbane show, and it's been fun. I came here yesterday too, and I'll come again today. I'm working technically.
All done for today, guys. 5 o'clock was the last show.
So this guy does shows like all day, like every 20 minutes I think he does a show. So he's just talking all day, so it's madness, but he loves what he does, and I love his jokes. It's pretty funny. Yeah. I think his name's Brody, so I just want to have a chat with him. Is it Brody? Braydon. Anyway, I just want to say thank you very much. Honestly, mate, your education is like awesome. Yeah, and a lot of people online are like, awesome. Like, you know, people are scared of snakes and they shouldn't be. Well, we should be, but education. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So your Facebook page is Precious. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. But are these your snakes? Okay. Okay.
He's a lot more free handling with them because he handles them every day. I just do the shows with them and when I clean.
Oh, right.
Snake catcher myself, and I do these shows for Dan to help him out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, but you're familiar with the snakes?
Oh,
yeah.
I've
They're
been doing these for years.
and they're the ones you normally use anyway. Yeah, okay.
About every third day, we rotate up.
Okay.
Take a break.
Yeah.
Every third day.
Yeah, right. Well, thanks, Braydon. Really appreciate it. Okay, see ya. Bye. So, Braydon. Cool guys. Okay, so they're not his snakes. Oh, well, cool. Oh, guys, I'm going to go. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Hey, guys, I'm on a live tomorrow with Kathleen. I'll put it in my community post if you want to come say hi. I'm going to do a painting. I'm going to paint a ladybug. My friend Watercolours with Carrie did a cool little ladybug, and I'm going to try to make that anyway happen. Anyway, see you, Marie. I'm going to see you. See you, Paul, Jamie, Susan, catch ya. But yeah, Marie, watch the start of the video. It's really cool.